Welcome everyone. In this session, Rumi's recitation session, I will just briefly elaborate and talk about this Hadith Rahe Khunchaka, this bloody and dangerous path of love, of path of seeking, of path of spiritual communion. This is this is very relevant and significant and important that the Hadith Ra, the story of the path, is connected within and understandable and explainable within the Sufi sciences of Islamic traditions. It is very important for the seeker and the viewer to know that. Now I'll just reproduce from the authentic book of Tawasin by Mansur Al-Hallaj. He has outlined 40 stations of the journey of human soul, of human ego. So he says that reality is something very subtle and minute in its description. The path of access to it are narrow, and on them are encounters, sighing fire beside deep deserts. The stranger, the seeker, follows these paths and informs about what he has experienced in the 40 stations, such as. Now, these are the stations which I'll just briefly, you can find this book on it is easily available on the internet. You can find this book in Tawasin in the library, and you can further, study it in detail. I will just simply briefly reproduce Hussein's methodology of spiritual journey, and these are the 40 stations. The first is manners, adab. That is the first station. I'll just reproduce them. The second is rahab. The third is nasab, fatigue. The fourth is talab, search. The fifth station is ajab or ujab, wonder. The soul moves on through these experiences, gradually moving towards the union with the divine light through the perfect light of the master or the spiritual teacher or the murshid he or she is following. Perishing, atab. Then the seventh station is exaltation, tarab. The eighth station is serach, avidity. The ninth station is probity, nazah. The 10th station is sidq, sincerity. Sincerity is also needed. And the 11th stage is comradeship, rifq. The 12th stage is emancipation, latak. The 13th stage is setting out, tasvi. After tasvi, the soul enters into the station of tarvi, rest. It recovers. And then in the 15th stage, discernment, tamiz. Then in the 17th station, existence, witnessing. In the 16th stage, it entered into the state of witnessing the divine realities and the divine theophanies. That is the stage of shahud. And the 17th station, it enters into the station of wujud, existence. Then comes the station of enumeration, ad. Then comes the station of labor, kada. Then comes the 20th station, that is restitution, rada. Then comes 21st station, imtadad, dilation. After dilation comes idad, preparation. Then comes infirad, isolation, 23rd station. 24th station is inqiyad, captivity. Then 25th station is attraction, murad. 26th station is hadur, presence. 27th station is exercise, riyada. 28th station is circumspection, hidayat, hiyata, that is circumspection, hayata. 29th station is regret for things lost, iftiqat. Then comes the 30th stage, istilad, resistance. 31st station is consideration, tadabbur. 32nd station is tahayyur, perplexity. 33rd station is tafakkur, reflection. Then comes tasabbur, patience, 34th station. Then comes ta'abbur, 35th, interpretation. 36th station is non-acceptance, rafd. Then comes the lofty station of strong naqd, strong criticism, Nagd. Then comes the 38th station, that is observation, Riaya. And then comes the 39th station, that is Hidayah, taking a guide. And 40th station of the soul or the human ego is Badaya, the beginning. So you can imagine that this is just the beginning. After going through 40 stations, the soul, the human ego is just beginning to enter into the sacred and to enter into the pure and to encounter the divine space and experience the divine time and communicate with the absolute light under the guidance and the competence of the spiritual, perfect spiritual master. The last station is the station of the people of serenity of heart and purification. This is what Mansur Al-Hallaj, says about the Hadith Rahe, Khun Shaka, the bloody and the treacherous and the dangerous and the painful and the suffering path of the spiritual journey. So this you should keep in mind when studying these verses. I have discussed the Ne Hadith Rahe, Khun Shaka, Mi Kunat, that the flute is telling me the story of the dangerous path, the bloody path of spiritual journey, and that spiritual path cannot be covered without the able guidance and without the perfect light of a shining and self-realized Murshid. Thank you very much for today. We will continue with our Rumi recitations.